วัสดีครับพระอาจารย์ครับผม
Hello and welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who's interested is welcome to join. We will start with our first participant, which happens to be Claudia from Switzerland. Hi, Claudia. How are you?
Good afternoon from Switzerland, Hannah-chan. I'm happy to be here this afternoon.
Yes,
And
happy to see you too.
yeah, we have school vacation now until mid of August, so I have pretty good chances to be here regularly until school starts again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would like to ask Hannah-chan a question about my meditation.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so I realized that everything inside me is getting calmer and my sati seems to be stabilized, to improve. But sometimes in the afternoon when I do my meditation, I realize that I get very drowsy or tired. And I would like to ask Tana-chan how I can stabilize my sati also during the day and when I realize that I'm getting tired during the meditation.
Well, basically, the key to successful meditation is constant mindfulness. We have to be mindful all the time, from the time we get up to the time we go to sleep. Try to take control of our thoughts by using a mantra or watching what your body is doing, every movement, every moment. Don't let your mind think aimlessly or daydreaming or whatever. Only think when you really have to, with your work or something. But otherwise, try to stop it by reciting a mantra, by focusing on what you do. If you're eating, just focus on the eating only. Don't let your mind go think about other things. If you're walking, focus on walking. If you're washing, focus on washing. This is the way to control your mind. Once you have mindfulness, your mind will tend to be rather strong, not weak, not lazy, and it can usually do anything that you want it to do for you. But sometimes you have to accept that the body changes. Sometimes it can get tired. Sometimes you might have to accommodate the the changing nature of the body. Sometimes it needs rest, so you have to take a rest.
Mhm.
But otherwise, if it's lazy and it's just using the body as an excuse, then you should not fall into the trap. If you feel weak or if you feel don't have the strength, maybe because your mindfulness is lacking. So just try to recite mantra or do some walking meditation with reciting the mantra for a while. It might be able to re-energize you physically and mentally.
Yeah, that's a very good advice. So when I get tired, or I got tired during the recent days when we had really heat waves here in Switzerland. It was very, very hot, about 32 degrees in my living room. Now in the living room, it was about 26 to 28 degrees, and the drowsiness came from the heat. And when I realized that I fell asleep, and I realized it, I really started again with a mantra. I tried to sit more upright and to sit more straight, to go back to awareness. This is what I tried.
Yes, sitting might not work. You can use walking instead. Walking meditation. If you still feel drowsy or sleepy when you're sitting meditating, then maybe you should get up and walk, do walking meditation instead.
Okay. It's a very good advice.
Until you feel alert, you feel not drowsy anymore, then you can come back and sit and meditate.
Yeah, that's a very good advice.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
But the key is to be constantly mindful.
Yeah.
Because if you have mindfulness, you can prevent a lot of mental laziness, mental torpor, mental just sort of no lethargy, feeling weak, and with mindfulness, your mind will feel strong. Okay, so
Okay.
try to be mindful all the time, all day long. As soon as you get up, start mindfulness first before you do anything else. Tell yourself, I have to be mindful either with my mantra or with my body.
Okay.
Just focus on what my body is doing.
Yeah.
Then you will have mindfulness, and this will keep your mind strong.
Thank you very much. That's a very good advice. And I will report how it is going.
Okay, good. So
Thank you very much.
other people can hear the result, and maybe they can learn from you.
And thank you. I'm very grateful that I can learn from your advice. It's very, very precious. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, New York, Mike.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Is it still hot in New York?
It just came back with a vengeance, so it is quite hot in New York. Beams of sweat dripping off me as I came to work this morning. How is it in Thailand? Is it hot there as well?
We're in between 80 and 90, high of 90 and low of 80. So it's not too hot, it's not too cool either, but manageable.
That sounds more normal for Thailand. It's about the same here, but more humid, less trees. But today I was doing some morning pages when I woke up, and I was thinking on how I get attached to this idea of being understood or being seen by my peers and my colleagues. So I guess today I wanted to ask Thanajan about maybe a teaching about letting go of how, I think I've talked to you about this before, but it's just something I always need to kind of work on, letting go of what other people, the ideas they have of you, and then maybe letting go of the idea of like needing to be understood.
Well, basically the Buddha said everything is anatta, meaning they're not under your control or your expectation. They are like the weather. So just treat everybody like the weather. Sometimes they can be snowy, sometimes they can be rainy, sometimes they can be sunny. So they have different attitude toward you. Some people might like you and think good of you. Some people don't like you and think bad of you. You can stop them. Just let them be. Just know yourself. Know whether you're good or bad. And if you're bad, try to make yourself good. Correct it. If you're good, do more good. That's all you need to do. Because being good in itself keeps you happy, makes you happy. Being bad makes you feel unhappy. So this is more important, is to looking at yourself, evaluate yourself rather than letting other people evaluate yourself for you. Because they don't really know how you feel. You're the one who can tell whether you're good or bad by your feeling. If you do good thing, you'll feel good. If you do bad thing, you'll feel bad. So this is the more important introspection, looking inside, not looking outside. When we meditate, we're pulling the mind from outside inside to see ourselves, to see our mind, to see how our mind is, good or bad, happy or sad. It's all inside us, not outside, not what people think of us. So mindfulness is a good tool to bring your mind inside. Mindfulness and meditation. When you come inside, you get to know yourself. You can see your feeling changing from good to bad to neutral. Then you can see the cause of this feeling that keep changing. And it is because you still have craving, you still have expectation. So when things go according to your expectation, you feel good. Things go and it goes against your expectation, you feel bad. Yeah. But if you don't care about what outside, if you don't expect anything, then you don't feel good or bad. You just feel neutral. Because when you expect something, you can be disappointed. If you don't expect, then you won't get disappointed. So the Buddha said, try to take things as they come. Don't expect anything. Good or bad, right or wrong, hot or cold, take them as they come. Because we cannot control them all the time. Sometimes we might be able to, but lots of time we won't be able to. So the way for us to be able to take things as they come is to practice meditation. So we have equanimity or contentment. Equanimity is actually, it means contentment. Makes you feel full. You don't need anything. You feel complete with equanimity. So you don't care what other people think of you or say of you, or anything for that matter, because you can take them as they come. Okay.
Yeah, that all is really powerful. It makes a lot of sense. I'm curious about situations where maybe people around you are acting in ways that you know are not skillful, and without with equanimity, what is the best way to interact with people? Do you try to get them to act better, if they're the people closest to you, or do you with equanimity let them be?
Generally, no. You just let them be, unless they want your advice or want your help, then you can give them. But if they don't ask for your help or advice, then it's better just to leave them alone. Because they're not ready to accept your help yet. And when you try to help them, you might make them feel bad, feel that they are unable to cope with themselves or something. So just leave them alone. Help them when the time comes, when they need the help, and they accept the help. If they don't need the help or accept the help, then you cannot do anything for them. You have to look at them as they are being under the karma. They are what they are because of the karma. But they can change if they seek help, seek the right help, seek help from the Buddha, the Dhamma, or the Sangha, who can teach them about the law of karma and how they can change themselves to be better by their own action. The 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 teaching of all the Buddhas teaches the way to do the right karma. First, avoid doing all the bad karma. Second, do the good karma. Third, purify the mind. Because the defilement is the one that causing us the mental suffering. So if we can do these three actions, we will have good life, happy life, permanent happiness. If we reach the highest stage of practice of it, Nibbana. These three practices will lead us to Nibbana. Avoid doing bad karma, do only good karma, and purify the mind by the method of meditation, samatha and vipassana meditation. This is really should be our goal, rather than trying to deal with other people. It's a waste of time, you know. We should deal with ourselves first. Take care of ourselves first before we can take care of other people. Okay.
Thank you
Sound
very
good?
much, Ajaan.
So practice mindfulness, meditation, read Dhamma books, especially from the meditation masters or the suttas by the Buddha, like regarding the practice of purification of the mind, such as the four foundation of mindfulness. Okay,
Thank you very much, Ajaan.
all right. Go to Jason. Hi, Jason. You're back in Florida?
Hi, Ajaan. Yes, I'm back. I recently got back, and I have a little over three weeks here, so I'm enjoying the opportunity to be here, and glad to be here today. And it's nice to see you, and nice to see familiar faces. Yeah, I don't have any questions today. I just wanted to be here and be a part of the community and see you and see everybody and listen. I just want to thank you.
Okay, good to see you. Good.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy our conversation.
Yes, very much. Thank you.
All right, next PL and Indira from Toronto. Did you miss our meeting last week?
We couldn't get a good morning from Toronto,
Yeah.
Ajaan. No, we couldn't get in, so we listened on Facebook.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
So room was full, I think.
Yes, that's okay, but we listened to you. I really
Because
like.
that was the Canada Day, so we slept in a bit, so we forgot. And then once it's Canada Day is a holiday, like that's the 1st of July here. You know,
Yes.
it's like the 4th of July in US. So, yeah.
Good.
Ajaan, I really liked your advice to Mike. It was so beautiful because I really like that Sabba Papa Sakaranang Kusalasa Upasampada Sachitta Parayodhapanang Etam Buddhana Sasanang. Like do good, avoid doing evil, and purify your mind. This is the advice of all Buddhas. It's beautiful the way you explained it. Thank you, Ajaan.
Yes.
I think it covers all Dhamma pretty much. Everything in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, this should be our undertaking.
Yes.
This is what we should be doing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
when we do any action, make sure it's good, not bad.
Yes.
So I think some may be common to other religions too, the first two, but the unique thing is the Sachitta Parayodhapana.
Yes, the purification of the mind. No one knows this except the Buddha.
That's so true.
I mean, more purify the mind is less top, and the second you're going to do, right? You're less harmful things you're going to.
You do less bad karma. With less defilement, with less craving, with less selfishness.
Yeah. So there's like a positive feedback loop for step 1 and 2 as well. When the mind is calm and pure, then you read your defilements. When they pop up, then you have time. I guess most people, if you are mindful enough, you may have time to pick that up fast.
Yes, mindfulness is the key. It's the one that can control your action. Mindfulness can stop your action of speech, thought, and body.
Yeah.
if you're mindful. As soon as you
Yeah.
want to do something bad, if you're mindful, you know that you should not. You could stop it right away.
This was the, I think, the advice Buddha gave to his son Rahula when he said, I think, I don't know what the background story is, but he said, before you speak, while you're speaking, and after you speak, kind of reflect upon what you said. Before you speak, if you can, that's great. But while you're speaking, and then maybe even after.
If it's bad, then you should not do it.
That's true. That's true.
It's not easy before you speak. Most of the time it's after you speak.
Yeah, because your mindfulness is not strong enough.
Yes,
It hasn't yet reached the mind.
No.
We are trying hard, Ajaan, and thank you so much for all
Working
the
on
help
it.
and guidance. Yes, it's unbelievable. I don't know whether you know, but I was telling Pial, like after we met you, how much you have helped us. Like, thank you so much.
So some of our friends have joined. Some are watching silently. Some joined. So they're finding so beneficial.
Yes, mindfulness is the key. Try to practice mindfulness as much as possible.
Yes. Mindfulness is like the gatekeeper, Buddha said, like to the mind.
Yes.
Like yes, there's no
The
other
protector of the mind.
The
most important Dhamma.
Yes,
If-
Ajaan.
It is tough. It is not easy.
Mindfulness is like the print of the footprint of the elephant.
Footprint the elephant. That's
And
right.
it's the biggest footprint among all the animals in the forest.
Yeah. Once you lose it, once you get
once you
caught
have
with-
no mindfulness, you become drunk or dead. Yeah.
That's so true.
One who has no mindfulness is somebody who is sleeping or somebody who is dead.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Thank you. There's
Yes.
lots of
That's why the first of the 5 precepts is to not taking any intoxication.
That's so important, Ajaan. A lot
To
of
protect your
people don't.
mindfulness.
you become heedless, right? That's what happens when you drink. You can't get into anything, right? That's the fifth
Right. You
one.
cannot control your mind anymore once you're drunk.
I see a lot of my own practice, see how people get into trouble. Even educated people, like once they're smart, they just the alcohol, the intoxicants, not even alcohol. Now there's weed, it's legal in Canada. There's lots of things becoming, the other drugs as well.
Yes, all intoxicant are harmful to the mindfulness. To your
Absolutely.
mindfulness. Not mentioning about the body also. But the most important thing is the mindfulness.
Mind, yes.
Yeah.
That is so true. I mean, body can fall sick, but if the mind doesn't fall sick, you can get so much done, Ajaan,
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough thing. I think they are so mind, as you said, separate the two. But if you have done it beforehand, before you fall sick, I think much easier. But it's hard to do it while you're sick or when you're too sick to even think about. So prior preparation, I think, is the key, if you can, before you fall sick.
Yeah, but you still can. There are people, even when they're sick, because if their mind is very clear and they can think and they're listen to Dhamma and contemplate, so then they can meditate and they
Some preparation, some faith is important. Without the faith, I guess, as you say.
That's why you have to contemplate on the fact that you're going to get old, get sick, and die anytime.
Exactly.
So
I always use that. You
Mm.
always call it the big picture. Sometimes I tell to my patients to look at the big picture.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it.
Right. No matter how good a doctor you have.
Yeah,
you
no,
will-
I one day I'll say I can't do anything, put my hands up. That's all. Even I can't do for myself. Right?
So you have to be vigilant and try to do things that you can do now. Don't wait because you don't know when you're gonna get sick or
Yes,
die.
Ajaan, so important.
Preparation ahead.
Yes.
Like be prepared, like the Boy Scouts say.
Sometimes I wish like we started when we were very young as kids, I mean, we went to Dhamma school, we did all that, but the meditation part of it,
It's still not too late. You can still do it now.
Yes, we are doing.
I became a born again Buddhist.
At 40 years.
Good. real Buddhist. If you're the real Buddhist, you have to practice the three teachings of the Buddha.
Yeah.
Anitya dukkha anatma. Yes.
The Buddha never taught anything about the rituals in Buddhism.
Yes.
I
Ritual
think there's
came-
too much rituals happening. I think initially when Buddhism went to certain parts of Asia, sometimes the culture was so strong it influenced Buddhism,
Yes.
like China, like different Japan,
Sri
but Sri Lanka, but this Asian countries had the Buddhism influence the culture, but now I think it's the opposite is happening. Culture is influencing
Yes. In
Buddhism.
Sri Lanka, lots of rituals, Ajaan. Even Buddha puja, like huge.
Yeah,
like,
cultural infusion.
yeah.
They think that is the real Buddhism, like cultural, like the Amisa puja. I think they get carried away with doing huge fruits and flowers and decorations and
I think even with one flower, if you do it with real Shraddha,
Contemplation.
faith, and contemplation,
Impermanence, yeah.
impermanence, that's the
Mhm.
best, isn't it, Ajaan?
Wow.
Yeah, because when we go to Sri Lanka, we see these Buddha pujas and like, I don't know. But anyway, it's up to each person to do what
That's
they like.
right. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just do what we should do
But we
Yes.
could.
and forget
Talking
about
about
other people.
Yes.
Talking about flowers, I'm going to briefly show my garden, rose garden.
Uh-huh. Okay. Looks good. Right in front of your house.
Yes.
Okay. You do it all
In this,
yourself?
huh? Yes.
You
All
tend the
myself.
garden yourself? Huh?
Yeah,
No,
but
no
the
gardener?
yeah, but it's that I get a helper to dig and stuff. I'm a bit old now. I can I
Mhm.
can't dig and lift those things. It's difficult. Clearing the weeds, cutting the grass. So get some help.
Okay.
Indy only comes to check out the flowers. She gonna smell the flowers and she goes in. Smell the roses.
Thank you, Ajaan. Thank you so
Okay.
much for all
You're
your
welcome.
teachings.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Teruan Saranai.
Okay. Next, Mudita, also from Canada. Are you from Toronto also? Mudita?
Hi, Prajan. Close to Toronto, about an hour away.
Mm-hmm. What can I help you today?
I'm trying to find. Oh, I'm trying to find you on my screen. It keeps popping around. Thank you for these regular Zoom meetings. I listen to the recorded teachings, and I find them to be very clear and very helpful. My practice has been strong for about 10 years, and I practice mindfulness of the body a lot. I only work a little bit, and I have few possessions. I've been on 8 precepts now for over a month, and I currently have a quiet place to practice by myself. So my question is around anger and depression. For me, strong periods of mind state of anger are often followed by periods where the mind falls into depression. For the anger, if I can't sit meditation, I do walking meditation and or repeatedly chant a mantra to bring the mind back into stillness. If it's possible, I practice metta as well. When I am able to sit and meditate while the mind is in a state of anger, I do that. When the mind shifts from anger to depression, it feels very heavy, and it's difficult to stay focused on any object while I'm in meditation. Is the goal while I'm in that depressed state, is the goal to uplift the mind? I wonder why it falls into depression. Is it craving, and what's the best way to practice when the mind is in that depressed state?
It's all craving, whether you're angry or you're depressed, it's the result of your craving or expectation or wanting something. When you want something and you don't get what you want, you become angry, you become disappointed, or even depressed. So you have to search and ask yourself, what are you expecting? What do you want? Why can you not be happy with what you have right now? See, so the goal is to be happy with whatever you have, whether it's Even when you're sick, you should be happy with it because you have no choice. You have to live with it. Because once you have craving, you're creating depression, you're creating anger, you're creating sadness for yourself.
Okay.
So this is basically the cause of your anger or your sadness, your depression. So ask yourself, what do you want right now? What makes you angry? Somebody, something, the weather, or whatever. There's always something that we want and we're not getting it. So we're getting angry. And the way to get rid of this is to look at the things that you crave for or want to have, that they are anicca, they are not permanent, they are anatta, they not always you will not always get them, even if you want them, because they are not under your control. They are natural phenomena. Everything that we want are natural phenomena. So sometimes we just have to give up our want, our cravings, and accept what we have instead. Then we can come back and then focus on our mindfulness and meditate. And when we meditate, don't expect anything either, even the result of meditation. Because when you don't get it, you can become angry at yourself again or depressed again. Just meditate and see how it goes. If you succeed, if you're successful, it means you have good mindfulness. If you're not successful, it means your mindfulness is not strong enough yet. So keep doing more mindfulness as much as possible. And eventually, mindfulness will bring you to calm and peace and contentment, to equanimity. Okay.
Yeah,
Understand?
thank you. Yes. So
Don't
just
expect. Sometimes we
mind.
expect too much, and when we don't get what we're expecting, then we become unhappy, become depressed.
Yeah.
Take things as they come. Everything is like the weather. You cannot tell the weather what kind of weather you want today.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah, just to come back to mindfulness, and the weather analogy works well for me as well. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. I hope you will be able to solve your problem.
Thank you.
All right. Next, Aparajita from Dubai.
Hello, good evening, Ajaan.
Good evening to you. How are you? Okay? Happy?
I'm okay. Yes, I'm happy. Yes, all
Still
okay.
living alone? Still living alone?
Still living alone, yes. I
Happy
think
with being alone, or would you rather go back to your partner?
I would like to continue living alone.
Okay.
As I said, I am not so sure about how to continue in relationship with my partner. That is still a little complex, but I continue to live alone for a while.
Use loving kindness when you deal with other people.
Yes, I have love and kindness for everybody, and yes, that I do.
Yeah.
I do. And yes, no anger, not at all, but
Yeah.
it's just
Forgiving.
absolutely, yes. Yes, and all my inner angst and inner child processing, I will do myself. So I understand. Yes.
Yeah. Just meditate. When you have equanimity, you can be forgiving. It's easy to be forgiving when you're happy with yourself.
Yes, and as you've often told us, like we are all in the same delusion. So whenever we make mistakes, whether me or somebody else, because we are deluded or we have our own cravings. So yes.
So it's good to forgive, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. Yes.
Because when you forgive, then your anger will disappear and you feel happy.
Yes. Yes.
Any question tonight?
I wanted to sort of work a little bit on the 32 body parts. And I had tried to look 2 years ago at the book and I couldn't really look at it. But recently I managed to look at it without feeling too
aversion.
Aversion, yes. I
Yes.
could actually look.
It means
which
your mind
was-
is calmer now. Your mind is
Yes.
calmer now. Your
So that-
defilement is less strong.
Okay. So, and I have memorized the body parts. So I would like you to perhaps guide me in how I can take it across.
Well, basically, you try to remember all the 32 parts by name first, by reciting in the forward order and the reverse order, according to the Buddha. You start with hair of the head, hair of the body, nail, teeth, skin, flesh, sinew, bones, and all the way to the fluid part, and then reverse the name back to the start again.
Right.
Going forward, remembering forward is easy. It takes more mindfulness to remember the backward order. Yeah. Then the next thing you can do, once you know the names, try to visualize the parts, how they look like, how the hair look like, how the nail look like, how the skin look like, and so forth. If you cannot visualize, you might need to look up the photo or some kind of a anatomical diagram of the body to see the other organs, and then try to memorize them in your mind. So that eventually when you look at the body, anybody, your body or my body, you see the whole 32 parts at the same time.
Right.
The goal of looking at this is to minimize or eliminate your sexual desire toward other people's body. Because we tend to, when we look at people's body and have sexual desire, because we see them as good looking, attractive. That's only because we see the outside of the body. We don't look inside under the skin. Like the saying that say, beauty is skin deep, right? It's only beauty on the skin. But below the skin, there's nothing good looking at all.
True.
So this is good for people who wants to keep the 8 precepts, who wants to maintain celibacy. They need this kind of contemplation to stop their sexual desire. But if you just have five precepts, then you might not need this practice yet. But if you want to move up on the higher level, you don't want to indulge in any sexual activities, then you have to constantly be mindful of the 32 parts. And also the benefit you can get from the 32 part also is you might be able to see that there's no you in this body by going through the 32 parts and ask yourself, am I the hair? Am I the skin? Am I the teeth? So forth. And you say you find the answer no, 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 no. So eventually you'll find that there's no you in the body. It's just your own assumption, your mental assumption that the body is you. But when you look at it closely, then you find out there's no you in the body. So you can conclude like the Buddha said, there's no you in the body, there's no self in the body.
Sure.
You are the investigator. The body is just your subject of investigation. So you and the body are two separate entities, two separate persons. You're the mind, the knowing element, which can know, which can think, which can perceive. But due to delusion or the lack of education, the delusion tell the mind, tell the knowing element that the body is itself. When in fact it is not itself. The knowing element is not the body. The body is made up of the 4 elements.
Yes.
So this is what you will come to conclusion after you do a lot of contemplation on the 32 parts of the body. Okay. It's also a tool for you to meditate. Sometimes when you're restless and agitated and you cannot focus on your mantra or on your breath, you might use the 32 part to help calm the mind down by reciting the name.
I have found that, yes, that does make sort of feel calm.
So it's a good tool for samatha and vipassana, both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
try to work on it.
I'm going to work on it. Yes.
Be patient because it takes a long time.
Okay.
And just make a record of how many times you reflect on the 32 parts of the body each day.
Okay, that's a good way. That's a good way.
The more you do it, the more you are advancing. The less it means you're not advancing enough. Good. So it depends on how much you put your effort in this looking at the 32 parts of the body.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll work on it. Yes. Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
You're
Ajaan.
welcome.
Thank
Next.
you. Thank you.
Next, Hurt to Beast. Am I correct calling your name correctly? I'm sorry. You have to unmute your microphone first.
Yeah, my name is Sebastian. I came to Wat Jan in last October.
I see. Are you from Russia?
I'm from Canada, Montreal.
Okay. Can I help you?
Yeah, you advised me in October about practicing with Budo.
Yeah.
So I told you I had difficulty with Budo, so I was kind of challenged between keeping with the breath or going with Budo. And now it's been 3 months that I practice with Budo. And I see some progress, like it gets more subtle and more subtle, but it's not as calm. It doesn't bring me as calm as the breath. So whenever I'm stressed or I'm emotional, I go back to the breath, and it calms me way better than the Budo. As well, when I sit, it's really sometimes I don't succeed to concentrate with Budo, so I need to come back with the breath, and now I can get concentrated. So I was wondering, should I continue to use Budo or should I go back to the breath? Because you really insist some months ago for me keeping with Budo.
Maybe I was speaking in general terms. If you find that you using the breath is more beneficial, then you stick to the breath.
Okay. Because I told you I had a psychosis, and then you advised me I have a psychosis 5 years ago,
Yes.
and then you advised me to practice with Budo.
When I say Budo, I mean when you're not sitting down and meditating. When you're moving around, using Budo is a lot easier than watching your breath.
Okay.
If you want to maintain mindfulness all the time, then using mantra while you are walking, standing, doing something is easier than watching your breath.
Okay.
But if you can use your breath anytime and help calm your mind down, then it's okay also.
Okay.
So just try and see which one works for you and use that one.
Okay. Because I know I see progress using Budo, but I don't know if it will be as calm as the breath in 1 year, or I don't know. So I was wondering if I could just go with the breath, which is always easy. So
Yes, as long as you can find it useful for you, you go with the breath. Until you find it doesn't work, then you might want to try Budo to replace it temporarily. Sometimes using the mantra can be helpful, sometimes than watching the breath. Like after you're sitting for a while and you start to become painful, then maybe you're not able to focus on your breathing. Then you might want to use the mantra instead to focus on. So this is a matter of trial and error. You know, try which one works for you in different situations. But if you find one works for you all the time, then there's no need to change.
okay, because the breath normally works, but it's just that and I think sometimes when I'm working at my job, the Budo is maybe working a bit better sometime, but I'm not sure because the breath is working as well sometime when I'm working. So
Yeah, you can also use your body, watching your body movement when you're working or when you're doing something. Get focused on your body movement. When you're eating, focus on the eating only. When you're walking, focus on the walking. Don't let your mind think about other things. So this is another method, using the body as the object of your focus, of your mindfulness. Understand?
sorry.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
I think it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, try it out and see how it works. And if you have any more questions, you can come back and ask me again.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Enjoy your practice. Okay, next, Jacob. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, hello. I wanted to ask for your feedback today, and I have another question as well, if that's okay. At the moment, I'm not practicing super intensively, to be honest, and I'm not so sure if it's sufficient. I'm sitting down to meditate a couple of times per day, like at least twice, I think. But I find it very difficult to maintain mindfulness throughout the day. So I'm not actually really trying that because it seems so overwhelming to just try it all at once. It seems like there's no step in between, and I thought I might just attend and seek out your advice and your feedback on this.
Well, you practice as much as you can. Each individual have different strength to practice mindfulness and meditation. So if you can only practice for once or twice a day meditating, then do just that first and slowly increase it to 3 or 4 as you move along, as you move forward.
Okay. So it's okay to just, for the moment, to just sit down and meditate and not at other times, but increase the time over time.
That's right.
Okay.
And the way to improve your practice or increase your practice is to develop more mindfulness.
Okay. I was finding it really hard to see what I'm when I'm practicing meditation, why it's not getting that much better. But I've heard a Dhammatalk with Ajaan, and he said it's mostly about avoiding distraction, and that really helped. So I was trying to not get distracted anymore.
And
I'll
not
see
to
how
get
that goes.
distracted means you have to have mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
You have to focus on something in order to prevent your mind from being distracted. Like Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Focus on something. Then it will be harder for your mind to be distracted.
Okay. And the second question I have is, in the past, I have I know for myself that I tend to delude myself into thinking, wow, now I have achieved this or that, and this can be really, really strong. And I was wondering whether there's a way to find out for when one has attained Sotapatti or Sakadagamita to be 100% sure that one isn't tricking oneself.
Usually people tend to trick themselves or delude themselves by thinking about being a Sotapanna will make you a Sotapanna. It doesn't happen that way. You have to pass the test. The test of Sotapanna is you have to face painfulness of the body and the death of the body, and being able to pass this without having any suffering, having any stress or anxiety or worry or fear. So you need some experience to tell you whether you're passing this test or not. Like you might have to
Okay.
expose yourself to some form of fear and see if you can remain calm and not disturb.
Okay, I see.
Then you know that you have
Okay.
passed the test. If
Okay,
you're
so
still,
one can
you're still
check.
nervous, you're still fearful, then you don't pass the test.
Okay, that's a good way, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Is that
Yes.
all for now?
That's all for now. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, go to Indonesia with Nining.
Yeah, Ajahn, I'm very happy. Ajahn, in one of the video, Ajahn said that there are two kind of forjana. The first is when the mind fully, totally disconnected from the body. And then the second one, when we can still hear the sound and also feel the pain. My question is the type number 2 strong enough for practicing vipassana, Ajahn, or should reach the ability number 1?
See that both have equanimity. See, so once you come out of this type of jhana, you have some equanimity to be able to cope with your defilement.
That's good. That's good.
Or resist your defilement, resisting your craving. Without equanimity, you cannot resist your cravings.
Oh,
So you have to find out for yourself whether you have that equanimity or not. When you come out and you start to have craving for coffee, and you say, "I don't need coffee," see if you can stop your craving for coffee or not.
No, Ajahn, after I came out from Samadhi, usually I recite Kesalomana Kadanda Tacho, Kesalomana Kadanda Tacho. That's my mantra right now.
And what does it mean? What does it do for you?
Yeah, because at least I want to prepare for the next step. Even the next step will happen in the next life, or sometimes I want to prepare for the next step. When study about the 32 parts, so I start with the ABC to recite them correctly, and also sometimes make contemplation that they are not good, they are not beautiful like that, Ajahn.
Yes, that's good. This to stop your sexual desire from coming up.
Yeah. And lately there are so many nature disaster, and it's good. I mean, for the contemplation that my body, it's like the weather, like Ajahn said, that it's not under my control. So just let it be, Ajahn.
Yeah, because you cannot do anything else. If you let it, if you let it be, then you have no stress, no suffering. If you try to do something and you cannot do it, then you can get a lot of stress and suffering.
Yeah, and then the day after tomorrow, maybe in this week, my mom will get operation. So I switch my sitting practice, sitting meditation practice time from 2 a.m. to other time, and I have no problem with that. So and I believe that's good, because I want to have mindfulness in every time like that, Ajahn. Not only at 2 a.m. because 2 a.m. is the best mindfulness that I have in the day, actually. Yeah, that's the best day. But even very because they're still air conditioned. That's why when calm, I can still hear the sound, Ajahn. Even I like in the room of the soundproof, but the sound is still, I hear that sound. That's why I asked Ajahn. So
But as long as you leave the sound alone, then that's okay. Don't be bothered by the sound that you hear.
yeah. And also when listening to Ajahn Dhammatalk, sometimes I want to make a note. I want to make a note when there is new knowledge that I haven't heard before.
You don't need to make a note in practice. You just try to understand what you hear. Because once you
Oh,
understand, then you'll remember it without having to putting on a note. If you're writing down a note, after a while you come back and read, you might not understand what you write anyway.
oh, I
So
see.
you don't have to take notes in Buddhism.
Oh,
Just be mindful and listen and try to follow the logic behind what you hear. Once you understand the logic of what you hear, then you'll remember it. It's like mathematics, you know.
oh, that's good, Ajahn. I'm a mathematics teacher actually.
Yes. If you know the cause and the consequences of the cause, then you'll remember it or forever without having to write it down.
Yeah, and actually, Ajahn, I don't know. To me, when listening to the video of Ajahn, maybe it's already 150 video, and I said, "Wow, this is the very complete guidance for enlighten." I said to myself like that. So what I should do is just practice, and maintaining the mindfulness.
And try to understand what you listen, what you hear.
Yeah,
Once you understand, then you'll remember it.
because sometimes when Ajahn said in the Dhammatalk like the 31 realms and the sutta after all the Dhammatalk finished, so I start googling what is that, and I want to know because I want to what Ajahn said. I believe that it is beneficial for my mind, so I read and study them like that, Ajahn.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think you should be more concerned about the Four Noble Truths and the three characteristics of existence. The other knowledge are peripheral. They're not
Yes,
necessary
Ajahn,
to
I can
know.
forget everything, but one thing that I should not forget the Four Noble Truth that I remember and recite in my daily.
Yes, and the three characteristics of existence.
Yes, anicca.
Anicca, dukkha, anatta. That's all you have to remember and understand. Once you can understand them perfectly, then you can become enlightened.
Yeah, my goal, Ajahn, and I'm waiting for the for the real dukkha, the real test. Because when I ask to myself, am I ready for? Actually, I don't know, but until today, I'm a healthy person. I don't have a problem with health, and also I can stand off pain because I can sit without changing position for 4 hours.
Okay.
And I ever did it for 7 hours, Ajahn, and it's very good. And but the real test will be maybe my death.
Yes, maybe.
That's why.
Or maybe near death situation, not real, not death yet, but very close to death, close
Yeah.
call.
But what about if for example my mother's death? Is it also the test? Is the test
That is also a test, but it's not as strong as your own death.
because
Your attachment to your own body is much stronger than your attachment to your other people's body.
so the test if separated with the loved one is categorized
It's not as strong. It's
not
not
strong.
as your attachment to your own body. Yeah.
Yes, but I believe if we have already had wisdom, I think that is not problem, Ajahn, because
As long as you're not worrying, you're happy regardless of whatever happens, then it's okay.
yeah, okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
And just be ready to die anytime. That's all.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're ready, then there's no problem.
Yeah.
Every time you think of that and you don't feel anything, then it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I have no problem with that.
If you think of that and you start to become worrying or stressful, then this is not okay.
Theoretically, it's not problem, yeah, but I don't know when practically happen.
I'll try to find some tests to see to see how you react to the test. Maybe being alone somewhere where you might feel fearful. See if you can get rid of the fear.
I don't fear of anything actually, Ajahn. But I think
Okay.
for the danger, scary experience, I will do it after I fully finish my duty for taking care of my mother. After that, I will face everything, every danger situation, because
Okay.
nobody will cry for me if I'm dead at that time. I don't want to make other people sad of my death.
Okay.
Yeah, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn.
You're welcome. Next, outsourcing from Penang, Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanajan. Happy listening. Thank you,
still
Ajahn,
take
for your
you still do the 6-hour challenge?
yes.
One spot?
Last one day a week. But
One
I've
day
not
a week,
increased.
once a
I've
week,
not
huh?
once a week.
Okay. How do you find it? Useful?
I useful. It's useful. The next day and the practice is very easy after the 6 hours.
Force you to be more mindful, right? To be able to resist your cravings.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you,
You're
Ajahn,
welcome.
for your guidance.
Next, Nita and Saket from India. Your mother not with us today.
Good evening, Tanajan. She's resting right now.
Okay, did she enjoy the meeting last time?
Yes, Rajan, she did enjoy. And also, she had asked a question later, which you had answered. And she
Okay.
listened to that and she said, okay, I'm going to now try to recite Buddho through the day. And so she's definitely keen to try.
Mhm.
And my father was also quite interested later when he heard the recording. And he appreciated many of the answers. So yes, thank you, Rajan.
Okay, good. And how about you tonight? Do you have anything?
I do. So Frajan, we are looking at moving to another city, which is better for our parents' living situation, my parents' living situation. And it will also be near Nita's parents. And I was just wondering, what is a good way to, it's a big move. So what is a good way to remain in touch with Dhamma while we are doing this move? So for example, moving elderly parents, that has its challenges. And sometimes I feel that my practice is slipping in caring for the parents. And lately I've started thinking maybe I should meditate like 4 hours a day, 2 hours in the morning, chanting meditation, 2 hours in the evening, chanting meditation. But any advice you may have how we can do this without going back in our practice?
Well, you have to prioritize things first. What do you have to do first? Then you do that first. If moving is your priority, then you have to do that first. And then put your meditation practice second, for instance. But if you find that your priority is meditation first and moving second, then you do more meditation. So it depends on what kind of priority you want to put on the things that you have to do. And then do it with mindfulness and without expectation. Because when you expect things and when they don't work, you might become angry or sad or disappointed. So you don't want to create any stress or suffering for yourself by expecting too much. You can expect, but you can also expect not to happen. You can expect it to happen, but at the same time, you can also have to expect it might not happen. So that when it goes either way, you will not be bothered. You will not be disturbed. You can make planning, but you just tell yourself, even planning can be anicca, not certain. I mean, the future is never certain. So just take things as it comes. Eventually when you do something, you might get what you're expecting. You might not get what you're expecting, but it's okay either way. You should look at it that way.
Yes, thank you, Frajan. What I've noticed is, for example, when we came to India in January, we had a small home and we were very comfortable there, and we had, we had our meditation practice, everything going very well. Then this idea came that it'll be nice to move to another city, and of course, Nita's parents are there as well. And then we went there to explore, and then this whole thing came up about having a big house where my parents can stay and Nita's parents, and then about having a big yard, and it just kind of grew arms and legs. Now I'm kind of, wondering what happened about that little apartment, where we were sitting and meditating every day, and suddenly there's like this 5-year project in front of us, and yeah.
I think people will be happier living alone, but being close to each other, be able to contact with each other. Because if you live in the same house with so many people, you can get very, I don't know, disturbed by other people's action. So the idea of getting everybody into the same house is a bad idea for me, I think.
Yes, yes.
Everybody should have their own space,
Yes. Yes, yes. Now, Nita was clarifying that basically it's my parents and Nita and I who will be cohabitating, and her parents would still be
separated, not all in the same house, two families in the same house. Okay.
Can't handle.
That's a no-no. Because everybody have their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people want to keep doing what they used to do. They don't want to
Yes.
adapt, to change.
Yes.
But as long as it depends on the individual also, whether they're willing, they're happy to do or not. If they're willing and happy to do, then there shouldn't be any problem. But we shouldn't force them to do things our way. You can ask them whether they like it or not. If they don't like the idea, then just scrap it.
Prajan, like his parents and we have to live together because his parents need a lot of support right now. So that's okay, but I think the bigger question is like the material cravings keep increasing a lot. When we start discussing about a small thing, then they say, okay, we can have this and we can have that and we can have all of that together. Both of us, we are not very interested in a bigger house or a bigger yard or nothing of that sort. But for them, should we listen to their cravings and should we listen to their desires, or till what point should we listen and what point should we say, okay, now that's enough, like we have to cut it?
That's a hard question to answer. You have to find out yourself. You have to find the breaking point when you have to stop. But you have to expect that when you stop, they expect it. You can make them disappointed.
Yes.
But if you let them go after their craving, then there might not be any limit to that.
True.
So you might have to set up some basic rules. How much is enough first? Because the craving can keep multiplying, can keep increasing for more and more and more.
Yes,
But basically the Buddha said, living simple and small is the best way of living. Small is beautiful. Less burden, less responsibility, less, just have the basic necessity of life. But I guess they don't understand this. They thought that happiness comes from having lots of things to satisfy their cravings with. But that's very difficult to teach or tell them that that's not the way to go.
So Saket does do a lot of yes, mother, most of the time, most of the day. And I tell him like, okay, you say yes, mother, but then limit yourself on what all you can do based on your capacity and based on the practicality.
That's right. You have to have some consideration for other factors also, not just to please the mother, not to please her.
Rajan, and do you want to say more?
I guess, Rajan, one other question I had was that there are many caves, Buddhist caves in India. And I was wondering, are they also worth visiting, or one should, in terms of visiting, it's mainly the 4 special sites?
I think you should only visit one cave, and that's your mind. That's the biggest, that's the most important cave to explore, is your mind. And you can explore your mind with mindfulness and meditation. And you discover so many good things inside yourself. Everything else is not beneficial as far as to you. The only thing that's beneficial is to know your mind, get to know your mind, get to know how it works, get to know how to make it happy. That's all. So I never went to India. I never thought I would ever go, because I found the right cave already.
Yes, Rajan.
But for people who cannot yet explore their own cave, then they might need to go to explore some other cave first.
Yes.
To give them inspiration, like going visiting the 4 holy sites. The purpose is to give them inspiration, to give them confidence that the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha are real, they truly existed, and they're still existing today. But other than that, if you already have inspiration, then you need to go to any places. If you have inspiration to follow the Buddha's teaching, then there's no need to go any places. What you need to do is do more of the practice than anything else.
Yes. And Frajan, if we are feeling a little, like I'm feeling a little, disconnected. So for example, when I had come to Thailand earlier in March, I felt very in tune with the Dhamma practice. I felt I could be mindful quite a bit after the meditation as well. I feel now that's kind of just gone down. And I'm wondering, is it like by meditating more every day that I can rekindle that? Or should I plan to visit a monastery, I suppose in Thailand? How can I reconnect?
Well, practice is the way to reconnect yourself. You don't need to go to places to reconnect. Like I said, you have to come back inside yourself, come back to yourself by practice of mindfulness and meditation. That's where all the good things happen inside yourself. But maybe sometime, occasionally, the location or the places might help you have that sort of feeling, but they are temporarily. They are nijja. So don't rely on these places for your good vibes from your practice. You should depend on your practice of mindfulness and meditation, regardless of where you are. Because whatever you experienced in Thailand a few months ago, it's already gone. And now it becomes a craving for you, which is not what you want to develop. You want to get rid of your cravings. You want to be able to be happy wherever you are. Stay in the present. Don't go back to the past. Don't go to the future. Stay here now. Here now is where everything happens. When you're happy now. You're not happy tomorrow. You're not happy yesterday. So make you every moment of your present happy. Then you will be always happy, regardless of where you are. And one way to do it is to be mindful and practice meditation, or do good karma, or avoiding doing bad karma. These 3 actions can make you feel connected or feel happy. Okay, when you feel you want to be connected. Maybe you do something good to your wife, to your parents, or to anybody to make you feel good. You can do it anywhere. You don't have to come to Thailand or go to India, go to visiting the holy site in order to have this good feeling arising. It arises from your own good action. Or whenever you do want to do something bad, try to stop it. If you could stop it, you can also feel good from, from stopping yourself from doing bad things. And lastly, to purify or get rid of your defilement by meditation practice. That's all you have to do. Wherever you are, you'll feel connected. I never had the urge to go to visit the holy site. You know, ever since I started to study Buddhism, practice Buddhism, this thoughts of going to this four holy site never appeared in my mind at all. Because I had no doubt in the Buddha, in the Dhamma, and the Sangha. So why do I need to go and prove it that the Buddha actually existed when I already know that he did existed? So maybe you're still doubtful. It's for those who are doubtful, who might need to go and visit these places to reinforce their beliefs.
I imagine it might be restlessness also in me, Fra Ajaan, that
I think that's more than anything else. Sure, you're craving to go here and there. Why don't you practice 6 hour challenge? Stay in one spot for 6 hours to get rid of your restlessness and agitation.
Yes, Fra Ajaan.
Have you ever considered trying it? Maybe not 6 hours, maybe just 1 hour or 2 hours.
Yes, yes. I'm able to sit for meditation for 2 hours, chanting.
Okay.
Okay. But maybe I can try to do maybe 4 hours and then do a hop to 6 hours.
Don't do anything else, just stay in one spot.
Yes.
Sitting or standing, you can do that. Except when you have to go to the bathroom. But otherwise, just stay where you are. This will get rid of lots of your restlessness and agitation.
Okay. Okay. And Fra Ajaan, one last question. Is it that when we go from 5 precepts to 8 precepts, that it helps boost our meditation practice, or it's something for the long run?
It provides you more time for meditation, see? Because once you keep the 8 precepts, you cannot do sensual activities like watching movies, eating, drinking anytime you want. So you get a lot of time for your meditation from these sensual activities. That's the purpose of keeping the 8 precepts, is to stop engaging in sensual activities so that you have more time for mental activities, meditation. That's the purpose of keeping the 8 precepts. Adding the 3 more precepts, actually 4. The 3rd precept you have to switch from not committing adultery to not having any sexual relationship with anybody at all. And then not eating too much, not drinking too much, just eat just to survive, just eat to keep the body going. Once a day, maybe that's all you need. Not after midday. And then avoid all sort of entertainment. Going out to places, to entertainment places, to see, to hear, to eat or to parties, anything like that. You cannot do this thing once you keep the 8 precepts. And don't indulge or spend your time on beautifying your body, getting dressed, getting nice clothing, putting cosmetics and fixing your hair and so forth. It's just a waste of time. As far as if you're looking for peace from meditation, they don't give you that. And the last one is not to sleep too much. In order not to sleep too much, you must not sleep on a comfortable bed, because a comfortable bed will make you sleep more than your body needs. So sleep on the hard floor. You'll find that you don't need to sleep much.
Yes.
So this is the purpose of keeping the 8 precepts. besides not doing any harmful action, such as killing, stealing, lying, and drinking intoxicant. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much, Raja. Thank you.
All right. Nita, you have anything question? You don't have
No question for Ajahn. I'm good. I'm practicing and I'm looking at my mind, and it's a lot of hard work to be done.
yeah, try to keep your mind calm and not reacting, you know. That's the purpose of watching your mind. Is stop it from reacting emotionally anyway. If you react, you should react with the Brahma Vihara, react with loving kindness or compassion or sympathetic joy or equanimity. Otherwise, don't react. Just merely know, just merely see, merely hear. Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, next. Kate Yenso from Penang, Malaysia.
Ajahn, just to pay respect, Ajahn. Yeah.
Okay, no question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to Colorado, to Julia. Julia. Hi, long time no see.
สวัสดีค่ะพระอาจารย์ happy
Doing
to see
well?
you.
Are you doing well?
I'm okay, pretty well. How's Ajahn getting ready for Pansa or?
Never getting ready. It's always ready.
That's a good teaching.
Yeah, we're always ready. Not getting ready is not good enough yet.
I still have farther to practice then. Wow. So that's a good role model.
To me, it's no different whether you're Pansa, you have the rain resident or not, because I'm staying in the same place all the time anyway, all year round. I don't go
Wow.
anywhere. So to me, it doesn't make any difference. I take the rain resident all year round, not just the 3 month period.
Oh, wow.
I never go anywhere. You know this? I'm always here every day, every week.
Yeah, I'm happy that Ajahn is always here. We benefit.
Why go anywhere? Because everywhere is the same.
Wow.
You have the sky, you have the trees, you have the street, you have people. It's all the same everywhere you go. It's your delusion that try to separate them, try to distinguish them to be different. But they are all the same. They are all anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Wow. Sometimes I feel that way, but sometimes I don't.
Yeah, and it's still delusional. See? Sometimes you're enlightened, sometimes you're delusional.
Yeah. 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 Oh.
When you see anything good, it means you're delusional. When you see everything bad, that's enlightened. Everything in this world is bad, not good for you, not good for your mind. They all hurt you sooner or later. Believe that? That's what dukkha means in the anicca, dukkha, anatta. It's bad for you. Everything is bad for you because they're impermanent. They're not lasting. They don't last. When they don't last, then they can hurt you. They can make you feel bad. Everything is bad for you. Anicca, bad. Anicca, impermanent. Dukkha means bad. Anatta,
The pleasant and the unpleasant, both.
both. Everything is bad
Yeah.
for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the pleasant is temporary also. Once you lose what makes you feel pleasant, once that disappears, then you feel unpleasant. Then that's bad for you.
Yeah.
So it's better not to have anything at all. Have emptiness is the best thing for you. Because have nothing is the best for you. Because nothing doesn't change. You always have nothing. If you can be happy with nothing, then you're enlightened. If you can live with nothing, then you're enlightened. If you still have to have this and that to make you happy, then you're still deluded.
Yeah.
Because everything is anicca, and dukkha, bad for you, anatta. You cannot keep it for long.
Yeah.
Okay. So where did we start our talk with anyway?
It was perfect.
Okay. You still living in the same place?
Yes. Um, I lived in this place for 2.5 years in this one dwelling. I like it because it's just me and the four walls, and
You have your own space to do anything you want to do.
yeah, and so I cling to that.
Good.
So I went on a longer retreat in a retreat center, and it was sort of supported, where I didn't have to buy the food or prepare the food, and I just
So you have the
practiced.
time to practice. Good.
Yeah, sitting, walking, sitting, walking, sitting, walking, silence. And so then I came back, and the lady who owns this land where the dwelling is, she does very bad things. So she's in trouble. She's being investigated, and so I was warned that maybe I should leave just to protect myself and find another quiet place. But I can't find one. So I got to see how like some of the enlightened or calm feelings are dependent on having a sense of a home. And yeah, that's one thing I cling to. But then when I come back, I also cling to having more simplicity, more time to practice.
Just be happy where you are and be ready to accept anything that happens. Because we never know what's going to happen, right? Tomorrow. We could be dead. We could be sick with cancer. Anything could happen. But as long as we know that the thing that is happening to us is actually not happening to us, it's happening to our body, which is not us. We are not the body. So you have to separate yourself from the body. You're just the user of the body. The body is just your servant. And one day you're gonna have to give up your servant because it doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
So you have to change your perspective. Put yourself outside of the body. You're the user of the body. You're not the body. Then whatever befall on the body will not hurt you. Can you do that? How to separate is by meditation, by getting into equanimity. Once you're equanimity, then you're separated from the body temporarily. And when you reunited with your body after you come out of meditation, use wisdom to remind yourself that you're not the body. The body is just your servant. Anything happening to your body is not happening to you. You live in a different dimension from the body. the mind is living in another dimension, not the same dimension as the body. The mind doesn't live in the body, in the world of the body. The world of the body is the world of the four elements. The mind is the fifth element, the knowing element. It exists in another world, a different world. We call spiritual world. And the mind is connected to the body by the stream of consciousness sent out by the mind to attach to the body. And so try to look at it this way. You're not the body. And you don't live in the same way with the body. So anything happen in the world of the body doesn't get to you. It only gets to the body.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like that.
This is a separation of body and mind. And that's what our goal is to separate the mind from the body.
And so then
So then what? So when the body dies, it's like the body going to sleep, that's all. Then the mind remains in the spiritual world, which is a dream world. Like when you go to sleep, the mind enters into dream world. It starts dreaming about having good dreams and having bad dreams. And the creator of good dreams is your good karma. And the creator of bad dream is your bad karma. This will happen after death. See? Your mind will be living in a dreamland created by your good or bad karma, depending on which has more. If you have more bad karma, then you'll have more bad dreams. If you have good karma, then you have only good dreams. Until both the good and bad karma have equal force, have equal strength, then you stop dreaming and then you start to get a new body, and that's when you have rebirth. Get a new body again and go through the same problem again of aging, sickness, and death. But if you know the truth, then you can stop the process by cutting up all your cravings for sensual pleasures. Then you don't have to have a body once you don't have any craving for sensual pleasures. Then you don't need to have a new body when this old body dies. Okay, this is what we try to do. Stop our sensual cravings, sensual pleasures craving. Don't seek any happiness or pleasure from the sensual organs, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. Seeking pleasure from meditation instead. Using meditation or the pleasure from meditation to replace the sensual pleasures. Then you won't need to have a body. So then there will be no rebirth next time. Okay, that's what you are doing right now. You are replacing your sensual pleasure with meditation pleasures. So you do less sensual activities, do more mental activities, and eventually you only do mental activity and no sensual activity. Because sensual activity will lead you to more craving, and more craving will lead you to more rebirth. If you want to stop rebirth, then you have to stop your sensual cravings. Okay, we're running out of time, so you have anything else?
just Anumodami, Anumodana Kai. So lucky to have made this connection.
Where did
Yeah.
you learn your Thai from? Did you come to Thailand before?
A little bit. Also,
Yeah.
a little bit.
A little bit. So you've been to Thailand before?
Okay.
3 times. Or
Two.
2 times. Staying for long?
No.
Not long, just visiting. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Pak Ajaan.
Okay. Keep on practicing. All right, next, Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. No questions. Still continuing to practice. Still looking for that contentment.
Yeah, equanimity is the key.
Earlier on, my friend Alvin tried to sign it, but I don't think he could get in.
Yeah, because of the number of people waiting in line.
Yeah.
And being in all the time. So the admin thought maybe he can skip this time.
I think he's listening it via Facebook, I think, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Next,
Ajaan.
Steph from Oregon. Long wait for you tonight.
Hello, it's okay. How are you?
Good.
Good.
You have any question?
Not quite a question, but I did, I had been feeling a lot of anxiety and I listened to you answer a question from another woman when you were answering in person, and you told her that she had, you said that she had fear, and that was why she wasn't able to calm herself down. And I realized I wasn't feeling anxiety. I was having fear over a lack of control. And now that I realize that it's fear, not anxiety, I've been able to calm myself down with the 3 characteristics. So I remind myself all the time, anicca, anatta, dukkha, and that's been very, very helpful. So realizing I had fear has helped me go back into wisdom. So that was good.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Yeah.
Good. Just think of the 3 characteristics. Every time you have mental disturbance.
All the time now.
Yeah,
Even if
all
I'm
the
happy,
time.
I think about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Even happy, you can also remind yourself that this happiness doesn't last either.
After a good day, I say it. It's just, yeah, it's been very good. So
It's temporarily. Everything is temporarily.
Everything's impermanent. Yeah.
Everything like soap bubbles.
Yeah. Yeah. So feel
Okay,
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. Next, Rohini from the UK. How is your practice coming along? Good?
Good evening, Ajaan. Yes, it's I practice full time, and next few weeks I will be on complete solitude, and I will follow Ajaan's precious advice and teaching. So my circumstances is very favorable to practice. So
Try to increase your practice by having some challenge, like
yeah, so
fasting or sitting in the same place or staying in the same spot for a few hours or something like that.
yes, I'm thinking probably the next few weeks. Of course, full time. I'm not going to interact with anyone or anything. I switched off my phone as well, so alternate sitting and walking. And on top of that, if I sit down and listen to Ajaan's audio Dhammatalk, I think it was continuously about 6 hours. Will it improve my mindfulness?
It will improve more if you don't rely on any external source. Then you will be forcing to use your own mindfulness to calm your mind down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing.
So when you're taking this staying one spot,
Yeah.
You don't want to rely on any external source like reading books or listening to Dhammatalk. Just rely on your mindfulness only.
Okay, so just mindfulness
Um,
on breath,
You can use
breathing.
breath or mantra or 32 parts of the body or contemplating on the anicca, dukkha, anatta or on everything that you come into contact with.
Say if I'm going to sit 6 hours, all 6 hours, it is just one object, or can I do
You can do
1
anything you
hour
want.
breathing and 1 hour contemplating on 32 body parts?
Yes,
So
you can switch anytime you want. As
oh,
long as you stay put, you don't move around. You're allowed to sit or walk or stand. If you feel tired from sitting, you can allow to stand. But you don't want to go walking. You just want to stay in one spot.
okay.
Only when you have to, if you have to go to the toilet, then you're allowed to go to the toilet. But then as soon as you finish, you have to come back.
Yes, I'm going to do that challenge. I think for the next few weeks probably, because apart from the sleeping few hours and the rest of the time I'm going to spend on practice. So 6 hours sitting on meditation.
Yes, it forces you to do mindfulness, to calm your mind down, to curb your craving.
Yes. Yeah, I think even in breathing, I think now my mind is more calmer than before. I don't really control my breath, so I pay more attention to it, not to control my breath.
Yeah, just watching, that's all you have to do.
Just watching, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't see any benefits on walking meditation yet, but I force myself to do it.
It's the same purpose, is to have more mindfulness from walking and also to relieve the pain from sitting too long.
Sitting, yeah, continuously, yeah.
Yeah, you need to have some balance or posture also to keep your body well.
Yeah. Yeah, I will follow Ajaan's precious advice and teaching. Ajaan, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't want to take too much time.
Okay. This is optional. All these challenges are optional, okay? They're not mandatory.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
up to
No,
you.
because I have to do something so that my mind will not
Yeah.
go into other things.
If you want to move on the next step, you have to have something to force you to do more. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. So I see how it goes, and
Okay.
and I will give you update the
Okay,
next
good.
session probably. Yeah. So I don't really go into the internet. I turn off my mobile. And internet, if I do, it's only to listen to Ajaan's Dhammatalk, but
Okay.
let's see.
Let's
Yeah.
see if you can stop your mind from going to other things besides coming to this talk.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you,
good.
Ajaan. Thank you very much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Next, Justine. Hi, Justine.
Hi, good evening, Ajaan. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
So today I have two questions. My first question is on the four asavas. I know that that include like avijja asava or defilement of ignorance. There's kama asava for sensual pleasure, bhava asava, that's defilement for becoming, and defilement of views. And my understanding is that all these roots in ignorance. So because of ignorance and not knowing, there's grasping, there's becoming, there's attachment to sensual pleasure, and there's the wrong view of grasping at the wrong things. But I think ignorance can also lead to many, many other things. So I want to know what's the significance of mentioning these four particular asavas. Are these particularly important in terminating the samsara, or are these the four signposts when you are trying to overcome avijja as a practitioner? So I
They're
want to know
similar to the three cravings, the same thing. They're the cause of rebirth. Sometimes the Buddha switches It's taught to make a little bit different, but basically it's the same. The three cravings of craving for sensual pleasure, craving for being, and craving for not being, similar to the four asava. Except he has something else, the view, I think, asava, the view. But it's the same thing. You have to get rid of this craving or this asava in order to stop your rebirth by using wisdom, which is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Everything that you crave for are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. They are bad for you.
Yes. What exactly is avijja?
Avijja is not knowing the three characteristics of existence, not knowing anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yes. I've heard also there's a view of avijja being the non-duality, where there's no knower and nothing to know.
I don't know. I never heard of that before.
So my second question is on the four fruits. So for Sotapanna, they have confidence in the triple gem and the sila, and also they give up the view of a self. And for the Arahant, since they have walked the path themselves, so it can be said that they have the highest degree of confidence in the Buddha's teachings. And they have also just given up conceit and pride, which is also a form of self-view. So I understand that Sotapanna and Arahana working at the same thing with different degrees of understanding. So what degrees of understanding of non-self is necessary for someone to be called a Sotapanna?
The Sotapanna only see the body as not self, but they still see the mind as a self. Why the Arahant doesn't see the mind as a self, it doesn't see as a knowing element.
Okay, but the Sotapanna need to see the five khandhas and not self, but the
five khandhas is not the knowing element.
Yeah, but the four like nama khandhas.
They still function of the properties of the knowing element, not the knowing element itself. And they work in tandem with the body. So basically it's about the body, seeing the body as not a self.
So an Arahant will see the knowing element is also a non-self.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Don't try to get enlightened by trying to analyze this thing. You don't get there. You have to do the practice.
Yeah. The four
You have to
satipatthana.
expose your body to danger and to see if you can remain calm and peaceful and not being disturbed by the thought of losing your body, for instance. This is not something you can think or imagine. You have to face it, face the real test.
Yeah.
Like when you get you go to see a doctor and you analyze that having terminal cancer and see how you react to that. If you see the body is not yourself, then say, so what? Let it be, right?
Yeah.
But if you say, oh no, I cannot lose my body, then you still cling to your body. So don't try to analyze, try to do the actual thing. Try to take the test. The test is the body is not you, it's made from the four elements. And one day it will return to the four elements. You're just the user of the body. You're the knowing element. The knowing element has to let go of its attachment to the body. That's all.
Thank you,
Okay. All right. Next, Intan from Indonesia.
Good evening, Prajan.
Okay. Any question?
No question, Prajan, but I want to say my grateful to Prajan. Before I learned from Prajan, at that time, I don't know how to control my sixth sense. So I'm very, my mind is uncalm, so I'm easy to angry. But now I know when I'm unwell and also busy when I'm not meditation, but I can see the difference between before I learn meditation and now. Now, even I'm not practice meditation, I observe my mind is still calm. So for anything, I can also calm and not upset to anything and can accept my sixth sense. Also, always have equanimity mind.
That's right,
I
because you
think
have
this is my
mindfulness.
grateful to Ajahn.
Yeah. You should be grateful to the Buddha. I'm just bringing his message to you. Don't forget the Buddha. He's the one who started all these things.
And also for anything, I'm not react. Before this, I easy to react, but now I just still calm.
Yeah. Just smile and let it happen. Let it be.
Yes.
What else can you do? You can get angry, but that will only hurt yourself. Better to smile and makes yourself happy. Okay. All right, I have to move on.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, be Ravin. Yeah, I have to limit your time. So get right on to what you want to say or ask.
Okay. Just the point you made earlier that, find the real cave to look for is your mind. So does this mean that when I focus on my practice, I should just, the core of the practice is on meditation. I shouldn't be spending time going to temples or going here and there to pray or this and that, right? Those are just things to supplement my mind on the beliefs, right? The core practice is the meditation and the mindfulness.
That's right. To bring your mind inside. Right now your mind goes outside. So it doesn't know itself. It doesn't know how it works. Once you have to come inside, then you can start to see what's going on inside yourself. What makes you happy, what makes you sad, it's all inside yourself, not outside.
Because I see, a lot of people, sometimes go to temples, go to make merit, go to do certain rituals. All this is just supplement, right? The core
Because their mind is still outside. See? So they don't, and nobody teach them to bring the mind inside. So they have to go after things outside of the mind first, so that they can learn that the goal is to come back inside.
Oh, so they're just taking a longer route to get back inside.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Because they're still blind, they're still deluded. They think everything is outside, see, not inside. When you eventually study the teaching of the Buddha, and then you realize the Buddha want us to come inside.
Yes, I observe it's very easy to get outside, and it's difficult to come back inside. So that was well.
Because your delusion, your defilement is pushing your mind to go outside. Avijja, see, Pattaya Sankhara. Avijja tells Sankhara, your thought to go after thing outside. So you need the body to go outside with.
Oh. And then stray off the path.
Yeah. And you keep going depending on to have a body. So you have to keep replacing your old body with a new one. Every time you lose an old body, you have to replace with a new body. So you have rebirth on and on forever. But once you come inside, then you realize that you don't need the body anymore. Then you won't need to have rebirth anymore.
So all we need is mindfulness.
Your mindfulness and meditation.
So meditation.
Every time the mind wants to go outside, you have to use wisdom to tell it that everything outside is anicca, dukkha, anatta. So don't go outside. Don't go after anything, because everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Inside being mindfulness, meditation, and jhana, this will lead us down the right path.
Yeah, it will lead you to equanimity, contentment. Once you have contentment, then you don't need to have anything. You can live with nothing. You can be happy with nothing.
So the right form, so the Four Noble Truths is actually very simple. It's just stay with the mind. You don't need anything else.
Yeah, stop the cravings, because the craving will create suffering for the mind, restlessness, agitation, stress. No contentment. Once you stop craving, then you have contentment. Okay.
Yes.
I have to move on.
Thank you.
All right. Next, Kafai Lim from Malaysia.
Good day to you, Ajaan. I'm just listening. No question for tomorrow.
Okay. Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. I'm just listening in today. No questions. Thank you.
Okay. Ricardo, you're almost last.
Hello, Tanachan. Thank you. No question, just to express our deep gratitude for the Buddha's words and your teachings that make us live this life better with less suffering. So thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I hope you have less and less suffering until you have no suffering at all. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Go
Thank
to
you.
Kunjup now for more questions from email and
กราบนมัส
Facebook.
การท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 3 questions and 1 comment. The first 2 questions are from Meshi Sophia. Bante, as a traveling renunciant upholding the monastic discipline, can one ask people questions if it has not been explicitly offered first, for example, like directions or meal times or location at a wat?
Or you can ask questions, no problem. But just don't ask for money or support, any material thing, unless you have been offered.
The next question is, and whether in public space or what, can one use items as soap in a bathroom or other things for general use, or if found in cave or kuti without transgressing the precept as they're not directly offered?
But if you're not sure, then you should ask permission first.
Thank you for your teaching. As Ajahn said that he doesn't go anywhere outside his dwelling place, then how do Ajahn know how would Ajah's mind will react to a new place? Just curious to know. The Buddha spent his entire life traveling through India teaching Dhamma, and many Thai monks do the same. Thank you for sharing the Dhamma.
What is the question again?
How does Ajahn know how would Ajah's mind react to a new place?
Well, it's the same old place. New place is the same old place. It's the same everywhere.
Another question came in from Angeline. Last time I is a hunter. In this recent life, am I still able to meditate?
It depends on if you have enough mindfulness. It doesn't matter what past life you have. If you have enough mindfulness, you can meditate. So try to meditate and see if you can meditate or not. If you cannot, then it means you don't have enough mindfulness. So develop more mindfulness first by reciting on a mantra all day long if you can.
And the last comment is from Celestino. Next week, I will be in Thailand and come to pay my respects to you, Thanajan, and will stay 2 or 3 weeks in the mountain at Wat Yan to practice.
Okay, you're welcome. See you then.
That's
all right, that's about the time we have for today. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is useful for you and can push you to do more practice and become enlightened soon. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
กราบสาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Thank you
Thank
Tanajan.
you
Thank you
Tanajan.
Sadhu,
Tanajan.
Goodbye,
Thank you.
admin.
Thank you, Amin. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week.
Bye,
Goodbye,
bye,
Kunjung.
bye.
Goodbye.
ขอบคุณป้าจุ๊บครับขอบคุณพี่ๆแอดมินทุกคนนะครับสวัสดีครับ
เอาหมดแล้วค่ะ สบายมากเลย